welcome to the Black Mind Games Podcast, episode 463, 462, 46,888, episode 69, 69. Nice. Episode 69, 420.
Nice.
We'll eventually get there. We'll probably be AIs at that point. We'll just set up, I'll just set up a Jenkins job.
We'll just have some understudies, like 4 of them, and then we'll try just keep them rolling. And then it gets up to that number, we'll come back.
It will just be AIs of our voice being like, we recorded this in the year 2025 as a joke.
It would be, no, we have a past recording of our voices, and then we start talking about random shit, and they can't interact with us at all. So it's us. It's the AI
us talking or it's us talking to the future hosts of the show, and we're just like, does the future have flying cars? And they're like, no, and we're like, fuck, man, that really sucks that somebody flew a flying car into the towers again.
And
they're like, what the fuck are they talking about? We don't have to flying car. Man, that sucks.
Hey, can you get porn games on the shelves in the future now?
Are the kids wearing duct tape instead of underwear?
Are the kids wearing nothing at all but duct tape on their bits?
Remember Nicki Minaj?
Hey, can you still have games on your Steam account and legally own them? No? Oh, okay.
What is gaming as depressing as it is now?
Does someone have a thumb drive, a whole bunch of game ROMs? You do? Okay, I want to get that off.
Does Microsoft still suck? Is Intel still around?
Is there all the companies have died and now it's just a robot conglomerate?
How does it feel to know that Taco Bell is now the only fast food joint in existence and actually a pretty good restaurant?
I'm sorry, it's Pizza Hut. I mean, depending on the place you see that movie, it's actually changes.
Yeah.
So it's either Pizza Hut, it's either Taco Bell, or it's either... Oh, there was a third one. I can't remember.
Well, while we're talking about advertising and dumb shit like that, the Game Awards happened.
Yep, the future.
Yep. Now, I was intelligent, and instead of watching the Game Awards, I just basically did what I normally do and not give a shit, because I realized that the game industry is just going to set up a write-up for me anyways on r/gaming.
Oh, what I usually do is not pay attention and jerk off.
And then you have Josh, who just jerked off.
Just jerks off. He's like, oh, the Game Awards, I gotta jerk off. It's way more important.
Yeah. Apparently there was a lot of announcements. Apparently this was a big deal. And things got announced. Good things, bad things. I didn't really give a shit.
There's a couple of I guess cool games announced / Akami 2.
I didn't care about what won because this year was so bad. Yeah. I was like, as long as these games don't win, I do not care.
Hey, all I know is that the games that mattered won. Baltaro won best indie, best surprise indie, and up and comer or something like that. He won 3 titles, which is you know what? I'm happy with Baltaro winning 3 of those titles, even though he didn't win Game of the Year. Although I'm pretty sure he was 3rd place.
Hold on. Let me say this: robbed. 100% robbed.
Fucking robbed.
All I know is that Sony shells. Sony clearly played for that. And they were just they were sitting there sucking Jeff Keighley's fat cock. They were like, oh, God, whatever we have to do, Jeff.
I mean,
So whatever we have to do to make Concord Game of the Year, let us know.
Funny thing is, the more I keep seeing people play Astrobot, the more it's like, oh, I would love to play Astrobot. There is technically a PS5 in this household. It's just that I haven't bothered to go and play it.
Look, Josh.
Or I would have to purchase it first, then play it.
You have a job to do.
Uh-huh.
This job is very important. Your job is to ditch your other cool friends for 4 hours or 5.
Okay.
And play Astrobot. Okay?
And just rip through the whole game. Just play through it.
And then when you go online and they're like, where were you? You just say, I was playing a AAA video game and it was great. And they can go, oh my God, what happened to you, Josh? Who hurt you? And then you can sit there and say, but it was Astrobot. And they can go, oh, I get it now.
Oh.
Also, I know that there's another game that got robbed, and that's not because I worked on it. Dragon Age Veilguard got robbed from innovation and accessibility. Clearly biased. Game should have won innovation and accessibility. Clearly. A return to form, they said. In case you don't know, listener, I am being very sarcastic. I don't actually care. I don't even think that category should be existing. So,
there's a many of those categories.
Said, I want to actually play Prince of Persia: Lost Crown,
just to spite Ubisoft.
Yeah,
because at this point they're losing everything, and that one little title is probably the nicest thing they ever put out.
They need to fire everybody.
Hey, they're gonna sell everything off, or else they're fucked over.
Well, it's gonna be really funny when Rayman goes to Microsoft. Just Microsoft buys Assassin's Creed, gets Shadows.
Would they? I mean, I was gonna say, would they buy everything, or they just buy like Assassin's Creed and that's it?
No, if I was Microsoft, I would buy Rainbow Six, and I would buy the Tom Clancy license, because the Tom Clancy license actually fits into the Microsoft portfolio quite nicely. Because you have Call of Duty, you have Tom Clancy, and then you have Halo, Gears of War.
We got the shooty bang bangs, all the shooty bang bangs you ever need.
Assassin's Creed is kind of like a really good fit in there. And then you can't Conker's like the best platformer character they have. Banjo-Kazooie are the two. Like Rayman. Just Rayman. But I don't think just Rayman. Just Rayman. But I don't think Rayman would actually be like. I don't think Ubisoft would let Rayman go.
Now, I'm back in my brain. I'm like, someone's just yelling, "What about black and white too?"
No.
What about what was that? Oh, Beyond Good and Evil. What about that?
Who cares?
Oh fuck! It'd be so funny if it was like there's this bottom rung deal, and it's all of like these classic titles, and it's like, are you kidding?
Actually, you want to know the funny thing? I did an interview for the studio that was making Beyond and Good Evil too.
Oh,
so I showed up. I was a man, and I was running to work, and they're like, we can do this another time. And I'm like, yeah, no, it's fine. So I was driving to work, and they're like, what do you think? And I'm like, well, all this sort of stuff. And they're like, they didn't call me back. I'm like, I was like, I actually didn't care. I was like, whatever. Like, I'm just going to try and do my thing. And then it was just like, that was in a really negative part of my life. So
I was gonna say, I argue that you probably should have pulled over.
Like, that might have been the smart thing to do.
That might have been the smart thing. At least pull over and be like, "Oh yeah, blah blah blah."
Just
blah,
text my
this the other
boss being
thing
like,
to-"
"Hey, I'm going to be really late today."
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no. It's fun watching everything I love burn to the ground. But
nice.
let's go through. But Josh, you watched the game trailers and stuff like that, and I'm having a really hard time actually finding what was revealed. So why don't you go through the games that actually were revealed and that you feel were really cool and interesting?
Oh god damn it. I would have to go find the Game Awards list at this point.
Well, we know that there's a new Elden Ring expansion.
Game Awards 2004.
Oh,
what was it? Released? No.
Oh, I think I actually found it. Announcements, December 10th, showcase. Announcements. Borderlands 4, Crimson Desert, Den of Wolves, Dungeons and Fighters, Aired, Dying Light, The Beast, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, The First Berserker, Kazan, Game of Thrones, King's Road, Helldivers 2 DLC, which I played. It's actually quite interesting.
I also found a list of every game featured in the Game Awards. Yeah. And it was a Split Faction. Oh, the Ninja Gaiden Rage Bound. That one looked cool.
Showdown.
There's an Okami sequel.
Yeah.
Borderlands 4, which looks weird as shit.
I haven't looked at Borderlands 4. I actually do not give a shit about Borderlands.
You should see the trailer.
Okay, hold on.
Because you know what? They did not do a joke.
They were like, did they actually fire all the writers?
I don't know. Like, this is, if anything, this whole trailer is actually serious for once. And it's like, that's not Borderlands 4.
That's not a Borderlands game.
Yeah, that's not Borderlands, but there's still Claptrap, and he was still featured at the end of that trailer. But it's like, nothing was played for jokes. All these characters look like they're edgelords of edgelords, and they're like, cool, edgy characters. And it's like, and again, totally straight. And it's like, this feels weird. This doesn't feel like 2003 anymore. Like I'm expecting a bad joke to come from this damn thing, and nothing happened. I'm like, what? Huh? Did they smarten up a little bit, or did they actually hire decent writers this time?
Like, instead of like doing the bullshit that did before, where they were like, "Hey, let's just make a bunch of cringe jokes," because that was the last Borderlands. Everybody was like, "The writing is so bad." And like, I remember Borderlands, the first one. The thing that made it special was there were jokes, but there was a serious plot. And then the second one, it's like, oh well, Handsome Jack is such an evil guy. He has a unicorn thing called Titwinks, and he's just constantly haranguing you throughout the entire game. And it's like, I hope this guy dies. Like, I hope he gets murdered brutally. I hope whoever wrote this game gets taken aside and told never again. And like, then the third one came out and everybody was like, it's okay. And now it's like, now they're doing this, and yeah, I'm watching it. It looks really weird.
Like, now it's like, for once, it's serious. It's like, I don't know how I expect from that at all.
It actually looks like they actually are improving.
Although it says gameplay trailer, and I'm like, this is not gameplay. Oh, another big announcement. Virtual Fighter is coming back.
Virtual Fighter 6?
Virtual Fighter 5 Revo.
That's nice.
So, I mean, they did actually show off gameplay of what that looked like, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's Virtual Fighter right there. Like, holy shit. Like, can't wait to see it come out and see what the hell it does.
Yeah, I actually might have to buy Borderlands 4. Who knew?
There's Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah, that's coming out on PlayStation. That's the only update.
Tales at the Shire.
That game can
Lord of the
burn to
Rings.
burn and fire. Honkai Star Rail.
Oh yeah, you ever heard? Have you seen the stupid cat leak?
No.
So people have been digging into it, going, "What the fuck is this cat thing?" And people are figuring out that, oh no, it's linked to the blockchain. Like
That sounds about right.
Like, but the thing is, this trailer that showed off "quote unquote" game of Catly, it's just like, okay, it's just a fuck ton of cute cats and doing cute things, but it's not actual gameplay or anything, just showing off like graphics or whatever. But again, it's like, okay, but what do you do in it? Or like, quote unquote, like everything about it's like, what do you do in it? And then people start, digging into it and going, oh no, it's fucking cryptocurrency. And it's like,
there's Mafia the Old Country. Cool. Pal World. Cool. Slay the Spire 2. Cool. Solo Leveling Arise. Cool.
Tekken 8 showing off a new character.
Zenless Zone Zero. You know the greatest game that has the hottest chicks?
Yeah.
That's that game. You can play that game.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you want to look at a girl's ass? Do you want to?
Every time I see, here's the funny thing. Every time I see an anime show up on any sort of like the award show, commercial,
they're not
whatever,
anime, they're Chinese. It's not Chinese, okay?
But like anytime I see anything remotely in animated form from Asia, I go, "Oh, is that the Honkai Star Rail, or is that the fucking Zenless Zone
Is that
Zero,
one of
or
those
they're
waifu
all
collecting games where you collect?
Yeah, literally the waifu collecting
where
games.
you collect women like trading cards.
Is this Genshin Impact?
Is this one of those waifu collecting games where instead of like an actual fucking video game where there's if it's M-rated, there's a chance that there might be a sex scene. Wow.
It's just like every time I see anything remotely anime, I naturally assume it's like one of those three.
Yeah.
Like always, every time.
Right. And then we got the new one, which is Black Forest, The Lone Dark 2, Cat Lee, Dispatch, Elden Ring, Night Rain, which is not a fucking video game, it's a DLC. Get it fucking right.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden Raiden.
The Hunt.
Ragebound. Ooh.
Yeah. The Hunt Showdown, the night 1896. That got shown off because they had new content for that game, which featured Post Malone in it. I mean, that's the only thing it was notable. It was you could play as Post Malone in the fucking game.
Kyra? Whatever. Untitled Okami sequel. Woohoo. Probably Okami 2. I haven't seen this. I haven't even played Okami 1.
I mean, if you have time, I suggest to play it.
I am currently going through old games, so I am playing through Dragon Age Origins, so probably.
Yeah.
Amashu.
I know my Christmas vacation is literally going to be catching up on as much as I can on whatever video game graces my face.
You know what, Josh? That game's going to be. It's going to be Baldur's Gate 2. You're going to receive a free copy. You're gonna get a free copy from somebody. I don't know who, but somebody's gonna buy you a free copy.
Santa Claus?
It's either going to be Santa Claus or it's going to be, because I know for me, you're going to get a free copy of Dragon Age Veilguard. You're gonna be like, why did you send me a copy of Dragon Age Veilguard? Because fuck you, that's why.
Hooray! I got a video game.
Hooray! I got Dragon Age Veilguard. Josh, you know that's really bad. Fuck.
I got a free video
Project
game.
Century, Project Robot, Rematch, Shadow Labyrinth, Solesta 2, Sonic Racing Crossroads, Split Fiction, Stage Fright, Steel Hunters, Thick and Thieves, Turok Origins, Untitled Virtual Fighter game, Virtual Fighter 2 or 5, as Josh said, and The Witcher 4. And there was also a new game made by Naughty Dog. Can we briefly talk about Witcher 4?
Actually, there's 2 other games I want to just touch lightly. There's Slay the Spire 2, which just more it looks more Slay the Spire, so yay.
Who knew the team that made Slay the Spire 1 was making Slay the Spire 2, even though they said that they were working on a new game? Who knew it was just going to be Slay the Spire 2?
More Slay the Spire. Yes. And also, there's this other game that got featured called Rematch. Mm-hmm. But the funny thing is, it's a soccer game, 3-on-3. But as this trailer went on, I remember going, "Oh, is this like a weird update to Rocket League? Like, it had human people doing soccer moves and stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, is this Rocket League?" Because everything about this fucking trailer looked like Rocket League, except it had humans in it. Like, it was so weird.
What if we make a Rocket League game that's just with people?
But here's the funny thing. There was no, like, extraordinary moves or, like, running on walls or anything like that. It was just regular soccer.
Cool.
Just, and it's weird, like, literally they took the dome from Rocket League and shoved it into a soccer game. Like, a real soccer game.
Sounds about right.
So it just feels weird, and I wonder how much money this company paid for a commercial. Like, wow. Like, it's just, that whole thing was like, they didn't do anything special or crazy. It was just a soccer game with the dome from Rocket League. And I'm like, okay. I hope you do. I guess you will do well because you're a soccer game, but whatever. Yeah, whatever. Oh yeah, Splitgate 2. I almost forgot Splitgate 2 is a thing. I mean, I know every other time I hear people talk about it, go, yeah, it's like Halo and Portal. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what that is.
Here's the thing: is like Splitgate 2. I want to be excited. I want to care.
Yeah.
I want to actually be excited for Splitgate.
But there's so many things they're biting for our attention right now.
It's like I could play Splitgate, or I could play something else. And I'd rather play something else. I could play Splitgate, or I could play Deus Ex. I'd rather play Deus Ex. I could play Splitgate, or play Armored Core.
I could play Splitgate or play Vampire Survivors. I could play Splitgate or Angerfoot. I could play Splitgate or Path of Exile 2. Mm-hmm. I could play Splitgate or Armello's Butt Slapper.
Well, everybody should play Armello's Butt Slapper.
Everyone should play Armello's Butt Slapper.
Let's be honest here. The game basically gives you free money, and you can slap butts.
And you slap butts.
Yeah. I want to talk briefly about Witcher and then Intergalactic. New Witcher. Ciri is now the main character of Witcher. People are upset. CD Projekt Red basically had to comment on Ciri as the new protagonist, explains that player agency will be at the center of it. A lot of people have been saying basically that a lot of people have basically been saying that point blank that's like Ciri's face has changed. I personally do not believe so. A lot of people have said that her bone structure has changed. I personally think that that's a cause of the bone of the actor being them using real scanned face modeling, which is more likely.
Yeah.
A lot of people have said that the thing I take issue with it is like Ciri should not be a Witcher. In the trailer, Ciri drinks a potion that gives her cat eyes. That potion should kill her.
It should.
Yeah. The bullshit, and they're like, unless you do, I guarantee you, what CD Projekt Red's going to do is they're going to be like, well, you see, Ciri has elven blood. That makes her able to basically become a witcher. It's like, no, please stop, you fucks.
Or it's alternate timeline.
That would actually be cool. If it was like, instead of like it being Geralt, it was her. That would be cool. But then, like, at that point, it's like, why are you doing it? The other thing, though, that people have been complaining about is they're like, she has a man-jaw-itis. So I have set up a comparison. Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot one picture. Let me quickly add that in.
I was gonna say, I don't think she has man jaw.
Okay, hold on. Here, let me actually add in the actual picture. Okay. So we're going to do some comparison here. It's because we believe in science, Josh, right? Right? We believe in science. So
I want people in the audio podcast to know that I'm seeing a video feed from Jeff's desktop, which is in Photoshop, side-by-side pictures of various females and other faces with various jaw structures. And then at the far end, two dudes that look the most like, if I could phrase them in one way, the most like Doom guy appearance I looks like. Like, they look like Doom guy.
So we believe in the science on this podcast. So we have set up here a picture of two models.
Two models with that very...
Ciri from Witcher 3, Ciri from Witcher 4, and two porn stars. And then at the far end, we have Jocko Williams.
Who is this guy again?
Jocko Williams, the manliest man I've ever known. Originally was going to be Joe Rogan, then Jocko Williams, because we have to go. We have to go peak at the top, and let's be honest here. Out of all men on the internet, Joe Rogan's pretty up there. Jocko Williams just, he just has that jawline that looks like B.J. Blazkowicz.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah. So,
as you can see, I'm just going to point this out here.
I was going to say, like, a far left is like the jawline is very narrow. There's no, like, it's smooth, narrow, not like it points towards the lip, and like there's no such thing as butt chin or anything. It's just the structure is narrow and V, and then as we go, can you zoom in, because like I can't see this here. Okay. And then you go to the right of these models. You see, is that the third game or is that the fourth game? Okay, and that looks the same. Maybe her cheeks are puffier.
She looks older.
Older.
Like she looks older. And like, you know what? Like if you came up to me, you were like, "Hey, that's Ciri," I'd be like, "Eh? Yeah, 30s?"
Yeah, or like older. In my point of view, kind of aunt look.
Yeah. She looks like somebody who she looks like one of those crazy wine ants who is never going to have kids. But you know that's okay.
But I mean, like, as we move over, it's like, okay, that's the third game, and I'm like, it just model chin, but then again, it just doesn't really look that much different. Yeah. Okay, and then we move over again, and we got the most baby face of baby faces possible. Then another more, so there's the bottom of the cheeks. I can see a little square, but it still doesn't deter the whole face at all. Like, it's fine. It's a little more square.
Are you saying that Riley Reid has a chin that might give most men a run for their money?
No, because here's the thing. In my head, I had a grade school teacher who I would argue had the most square chins possible. Like, genetic, like, and also didn't help that she was British. So, so square chin possible, even the screwed up teeth, and like all the 9 yards.
Okay.
And so when I'm comparing her to these chicks, and I'm like, they're all still 10 out of 10s, maybe 11 out of 10s. They're
Confirmed,
all fine.
Josh says
I'm
that
like,
Siri is fuckable from Witcher 4.
they're all very fuckable.
And then we have these two guys.
And these two, like, BJ Blazkowicz / Doom guy chiseled jawlines.
Jocko Williams should play. If they ever do a Wolfenstein movie, Jocko Williams should play BJ Blazkowicz.
Or if they do a movie about generic shoot video games, actually it'd be pretty good if there was a spoof movie about shoot video games, because there's so many. That yes, this guy should be both the main character and the antagonist, just so he can confuse the shit out of the crowd.
Yeah, and then we have to talk about, I don't know. I looked at that game and here's the thing. I want to be excited for Witcher 4. I want to be excited for. I like Witcher 2. I haven't played the first one. I don't pass judgment. I like the second one. It's a good game. Third one I'm playing through a little bit. It's a game where it's like I stopped playing it for like about 2 years and then I start playing it again. It's a fine game. Is the combat great? No. Could it be better? Yeah. But it's a good game with good writing and like I love the way that game is designed. Why the hell are they making a fourth one? You had your Crescencio. Why do you have to make a fourth game?
Cause money?
Exactly. And it's like, I'm excited, but I'm temperamental. I want to be, the trailer looks really good. I was able to turn off my brain. I was like, of course, Ciri's going to be the protagonist. Of course, we're going to get a female Witcher. Of course, we're getting all of this stuff that's going on. And then it's like, oh, you hear stuff about like the lore it breaks, and you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. There aren't supposed to be female Witchers. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So she's supposed to be a female Witcher. Yeah, cool. I can't wait for them to explain the reason why she's not. And it's like here's the thing about gaming in 2024 and and post like 2025 and stuff like that. You don't have to buy a product. So if this game's bad, I'm just not going to buy it. And I hope it's good. I want it to be good, but I don't have to buy it. And I'll say this. I watched the trailer and I kind of left it like, okay, I will wait and see where this goes. I wasn't angry. I wasn't mad. I was kind of excited. And I was like, I want to see where this goes. I had the exact opposite reaction, though, to Intergalactic. So let me get us ready to watch that. No, we're not playing Mike Block. No, we're not doing this shit. God damn it. Fucking YouTube. There we go. Intergalactic is Naughty Dog's new game.
Okay. Hold on. Join activity. There we go.
So,
it's loading.
You tell me when you're in.
I'm seeing you add. Okay.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay, hit play.
Okay. So it's PlayStation Studios equivalent. And we have some weird...
Oh, yeah, this title.
We have some weird writing. And then we have the suffering of generations must endure in order to achieve our divine ends. No. The suffering of generations must not endure. That's the reason why.
So here, this game. Oh, the intergalactic whatever.
Yeah. The truth of the fact is that the suffering of generation, the way that there's an actual quote about the way that generation is supposed to, which is, good men make good times. Good times make weak men. Weak men make hard times. Hard times make good men. It's kind of like this quote is just like, no, everybody must suffer in order to achieve the ends. No, bad.
So is this just dead? Is this just Dark Souls but space?
Is this just pretty much. We have an unfactual the way that debris field of this moon is wrong. It's wrong.
Okay.
Wrong.
Shouldn't
look like that.
Shouldn't look like swirls.
It shouldn't swirl like that. It should, when something hits something, it should explode out. We have anime, which is obviously more interesting than the actual game itself.
Oh, this anime is so rad. No, go back.
Hold on. Yes. Can we have that? I just want that.
There's so much in that anime. It's so
man,
cool.
It's so cool. We have somebody improperly using hair clippers. That's not how you use hair clippers.
Oh, it's using them backwards? That's brutal.
Not how you use them. Okay.
That's brutal.
Okay.
Unless there's a guide there, but I highly doubt it.
It's a Naughty Dog game. What do you expect? It's made by Neil Druckmann. The fact that you went...
Unless there's like even shorter cut style on the opposite. Like it's a dual end cutter, but
there's no fucking guard on that thing.
Oh, I know.
What the
fuck, I was trying to say maybe there's a guard on the opposite side, but we don't know.
So you can actually get head shaver products that cost about $70. You can get head shaver products for $70. And they'll basically shave your head.
Yeah.
We have an Asian lady who is tattooed. We have stuff going on. We have a weird board. She looks like a crazy person. Yeah. By the way, the ship is also a Porsche, and this game has like a bunch of stuff where it's like...
It's 80s themed.
It has Sony in the title and Adidas, because instead of actually coming up with a cool space project, they were like, oh man, wouldn't it be cool if we use real world brands? Ain't that sick? And you're like...
I mean, here's the thing. The whole shtick about this is that it looks like they're trying to aim for the 80s thought of the future, not our current thought of the future.
And I hate it.
So that, I mean, here's the funny thing. The aesthetic is like, oh, it's so like a cool, neat look to everything because it like gives everything kind of a tactile feel to it. The only thing, again, I kind of agree that it wouldn't make any logical sense of like how shit's played out. Really,
the face of a no, you're 100% right. I agree. Here's the thing. Okay.
Yeah.
It has been 40 years since the 80s.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that aesthetic, okay. Let me rephrase that. This comes off as disingenuous in every sense of the word. Because to me, it's like, oh man, we're doing 80s sci-fi. And it's like, okay. So 80s sci-fi does not include brand names that exist in our current world. 80s sci-fi would also include CRTs and stuff like that, video conferencing and stuff like that, not fucking anime. So
I don't know. At the same time, it depends on your scope of the movie, because you had Taco Bell and one of those sci-fi movies.
Demolition Man, yes.
Yes.
But, like,
so, I mean, you could have Adidas shoes and fucking whatever you want in this.
It just, to me, it's just like, okay, like, I'm looking at the aesthetic that they're going for, and I'm like, I've seen this done better elsewhere. That's my main issue. It's like, when I think about 80s sci-fi, I think about Aliens and how they did it there. And guess what? Halo's a pretty much one-to-one of that.
You mean people who actually stopped and did some really deep thought dives into what the future might look like?
And then, like, when somebody goes like, well, what about Star Wars and stuff like that? Yeah, Star Wars has its own complete style. And this is just ripping on it, where it's like, there's a good picture of the cockpit, actually. And it's like, okay, so, like, there's literally a targeting display, or like, so there's literally a targeting display when she, like, goes to the desk right there. That's literally just from Star Wars. And it's like all of these little things, and it's like, okay, I've seen this done before, and it's been done better, and I'm just bouncing off of it. And then you get this face picture, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? So, I don't know.
I don't know. The aesthetic, I don't. It depends. Let's see what the game looks like, huh? Let's see the reviews. I guess.
I don't know. I also the thing that kind of set me off was like, okay, if Porsche was to make a spaceship, it would be the most unoptimized spaceship ever, and it would also be the best. The engine would be in the front.
It's space. You wouldn't have to deal with that.
It would look like a fucking 911.
Oh, fucking hell. When you design a spaceship for space, you'd be designing for completely different things.
But we're talking about Porsche here. The fuckers hanged an engine off the rear of the car.
Okay.
And it's somehow one of the best cars in the world.
Okay.
Porsche would not, the way that Porsche would design a car, the spaceship, they would be like, what is the most unoptimized thing in the world, and how do we make it look cool? They wouldn't just slap their car brand on a spaceship and then be like, this is weird. They're an engineering company first, so they tend to do really crazy things that are actually really cool.
How do we know this spaceship is a Porsche?
Because it has the word Porsche on the back of it.
Oh,
like, and it's like that was the moment where I was like, what? Why? Why are you doing this? Stop doing this, please.
What if 1980s future though?
No.
But 1980s future.
But no.
And the game will play like Dark Souls.
No.
It'll be so cool, though. Dark Souls. I love how this is Sony.
Yeah,
although it is a CD player, so that makes sense.
The way I described my dislike of this game was, I said, this is Guardians of the Galaxy without the class.
Oh yeah, and I love how no one in the game absolutely no one who makes gameplay trailers. Oh, there it is. Understand that would you play music like this? They can't fucking see it. Like, it's every time they always have to blur it out or some shit. It's
also
just
like
so funny.
how this entire studio has everybody who made this game special and interesting left, and then we get this, which is like
Dark Souls.
Oh man, don't you think Rebel Moon is cool? And it's like, no.
Dark Souls Space Dark Souls.
Don't
Space
you
Dark
want
Souls.
Space Dark Souls? No.
Space Dark Souls. Like, this whole thing is just feeling like Space Dark Souls.
This game. It's not. I shouldn't say that. I hope this game comes out and is bad.
I hope this game comes out and you're like, oh no, it's a 10 out of 10.
That doesn't mean anything anymore. Veilguard was a 10 out of 10. And then all of the journalists came out. They were like, Veilguard's really bad. And everybody was like, no fucking shit.
Oh no, it's a 10 out of 10.
You want it to actually come out and actually be a 10 out of 10. Not like, this game is actual dog shit and people hate it. And it's actually awful. But game journals love it.
I love all these suggestive videos we're getting here.
Yeah.
Filled my entire house with snow. Don't try this. Although seeing the amazing digital circus like right below that does fill my soul with a bit of hope.
At least we have secret level.
Man, what else is searching the jungle for World War II battlefield? Oh, okay, that's cool.
I'm just gonna watch Akira. I'd rather just watch Akira. Akira's just better. I'm just gonna watch Akira. Fuck these pieces of shit. Here's a hot take for you. Neil Druckmann is a piece of shit, and Amy Henning and Ken Levine both deserve the success that he's gotten from Last of Us.
Wonderful.
That's my hot take. Anybody who's like, oh God, how dare you? Shut up. Ken Levine's a better writer. So is Amy Henning. Fuck you. Oh, there's X-Mail now. Huh. Interesting. That just got announced. Anyways, Josh, have you played a video game?
Yeah. Did I play a video game? I played Boltro. Again. Oh no. Although, here's the funny thing. I have Path of Exile 2 installed. I haven't started it yet, but I have it installed. So, I could be playing that. What else? Oh, also, because of the sale that went on, I bought We Love Katamari Reroll plus Royal Reverie. So it's just I'm pretty sure this is a remake of the We Love Katamari plus additional DLC. So just more We Love Katamari. So woo!
You could have played a new video game and you chose not to. That's what I'm hearing.
I could have played. Wait, hold on. What could have played here?
I played more Dragon Age. That game's fun. It's fun. I'm helping a mage escape from being turned into a mindless servant with no magical power.
Cool.
And I have to get a fire rod, and he's gonna run away with his girlfriend and have a wonderful life. And in order to do that, I'm basically pillaging an entire spider-infested cavern. Nothing bad's going to happen.
Nothing's bad.
Yeah. But I'm basically just like, yep, I'm doing that. And then I played Helldivers 2. And Josh.
Well, that's great. Oh, actually, one small tidbit. On Saturday, how I played Commander almost every Saturday as much as I can. This past Saturday, played a special game of Magic the Gathering Commander with a what's called a treasure deck.
Mm-hmm.
And the treasure deck it's like a deck of many things, but you have a chance every turn to get a card from the top of the special new deck, and it could have something good, it could have something bad. And usually there's these card called curses that give you bad shit that happens to you and you need to do it in the game. Or you get good cards to be like, oh, you just got a really good equipment or a really big fat creature you can play for free, like something like that. And the guy who brought that his treasure deck, he modified it to be Christmas treasure. And it was like, so what's Christmas treasure? It's like, well, it's Christmas, so no bad vibes. It's all good things. And also there's a bonus. And they're like, what's the bonus? He's like, well, we have to play to find that out. And turns out you could get a card that says, go to the front, show this to Travis. You can pick a pack and you can keep said cards in pack. And it's like, wait, and you can play one of those cards in the game. So people are like, whoa, this is pretty good. So, and one of those cards, you can get a collector booster. And there's only one in that whole giant thick deck, but still, it was like, oh shit. So yeah, like this is pretty much passing the Christmas joy to everyone. The only thing that sucks is that because the deck was so thick, it just kind of made the games like go on for a little bit too long, and also people were just constantly trying to get those get those cards to get the free packs. So literally a game that should have took like maybe an hour to maybe an hour 30 minutes took like 4 hours. Because people were constantly like rolling the dice and going, come on, I need to get this fucking pack card. Shit. I got coal again. Oh yeah. One of the cards you could get is a lump of coal, which is a 0/1 creature that comes into play tapped, and that's all it is. It's an artifact, but that's all it is. It was a really good fun time with this new deck. But again, like it just makes you so long that everyone's just like, shit. But it was kind of fun. So that was my Saturday of playing good vibes Christmas treasure deck. Although the one thing that sucked is that I played a game with that treasure deck, and one guy got three of those cards to go get a pack up at the front, and I'm like, for fuck's sake, if you get a fourth one, I'm walking out of this game. Like, come on. Like, and yeah, that was, even though I didn't play a new video game, I did place Christmas cheer at my Magic the Gathering card store.
That's good.
Yes.
I just played Battletech. I'm realizing my dice suck. Eventually they'll get good. Who knows? And I'm going to play probably some games tonight. I played the new Helldivers expansion. It's free. So basically Helldivers 2 finally dropped their amazing and special enemy, which is the Illuminate. And it has some weird fucking mechanics that don't make sense. Stuff like strategy. There's a cabin where there's a structure where basically your stratagems will constantly be changing color or the code to punch in. There's an aspect of that game where you are basically like walking around the city, and it leans into its stealth aspects a lot more now.
Okay.
There's a bunch of things that you can do in that game now, and it's just like it's more Helldivers and it's a unique enemy set, and it's just like, okay, I've been waiting for this for a while. I don't know if this is it, son, but this might be it. So I'm excited. I enjoy it. I can't wait. Do I think it's the best? Do I think it's the best game update? no. But it is definitely an improvement over what the game was. And the fact that like we have more variety now instead of just automatons and Tyranids, that's a benefit that I really appreciate. So
shit.
Yeah. The other thing that I've been looking at is I've been watching Secret Level. Have you watched Secret Level at all?
No. When is the Concord episode?
Next week, or this week. Specifically the 17th. But basically the game is, how do I put this? It's robot Love, Death, and Robots anthology style episodes. There's an episode based on 40K, which I haven't watched. But it's so far it's really good. They did an episode about Dungeons and Dragons. It's okay. The Sinew episode is really well done. I like it a lot. It's done by Blur Animations, who did all of the Halo 2 anniversary cinematics. And it's just it's a brand new video game anthology series, and it's probably some of the best. It's some of the best anthologies stuff I've seen in a while, and it's so far really fun. I need to watch more of it, obviously, but so far I've been enjoying it. What I've been watching.
Cool.
Do you have anything else to add?
I mean, literally, I just want to see that episode of the what was the Love, Death, Robots thing coming out. Like, I just want to see the Concord episode, and just to see like the what if scenario of that, if that game came out, and see all this like story thing come out, and like how generic the whole thing is. Like, mark my words, you're going to see that episode and be like, well, the story was fine, but I couldn't tell part character from A or B.
Yeah.
Other than this guy's blue and that guy's red.
I just don't understand. We've never had a scenario like this where it's like, hey, do you want to watch a series basically fucking like die and then the marketing come out for it like 2 weeks later?
Yep.
And it's like, I don't understand what is going on here, but I don't have a complaint outside of like, maybe this isn't it, champ.
Like, this is like the only media I can possibly think of that this happened.
Yeah.
Like, really scraping my brain of like, is there like anything like this at all? And I'm like, no, not at all. Just is such a weird deal and such a weird thing to happen to like make this just die so hard. It's like they really thought this was gonna. Oh yeah, players are gonna play this for a while. Yeah. We're gonna put out this episode and it'd be so great. And oh no, our numbers.
Well, like they did even worse than that. They shipped the game comes out, and then 2 weeks later, after the game fucking clearly bombs, they basically are like, oh yeah, the game's canceled. And it's like, nobody in the room sat there and thought that maybe the beta was the warning and they should have delayed the game and they should have just said, hey, we're going to rework some things and we're going to come back and we're going to make a game that's a little bit better. Nobody said that in that room. Or nobody could say that in that room. And it's like,
yeah,
I don't know what's worse, really. But it's definitely kind of concerning when this is the kind of shit that you're seeing. If that makes sense. So,
yeah,
people should watch.
It's just
people should watch Secret Level.
Yes, Secret Level. Such a odd situation.
Yeah. Now, just remember though that the first Ascent added jiggle fixes.
Hooray!
Yes. Anything else we want to talk?
You know what? The only thing I want to add to the Secret Level stuff is they should, do all the, trope video game stuff in Secret Level and maybe add more stories and stuff. And then the last thing I want is like, oh, there's another super secret level. What's that? Everyone's naked and having sex level.
No. God.
But the thing is, it's just a word of mouth rumor. But it's like, but there's a super secret level. You put in the cheat code and you walk up against that wall and you see everyone.
No. Why do you like this?
Because I'm thinking of it as like, oh, Secret Level's a big thing about video games and like how people respect video games and they love video games and the whole thing is about love for video games. And I'm like, but what about the rumors about you can see Lara Croft naked? What about those?
You know what, Josh? I want to buy you a hooker.
Oh,
I
frick.
want you to get a hooker. That's what I want.
Me?
Yes, you. Get a hooker. Okay.
Meh.
Okay. Is that everything? Can we?
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to Black Mike Games podcast. You can listen to us every Thursday on blackmikegames.podbean.com. Subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting app of choice. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, everyone else. Buy video games. Have a good night. Bye. Game menus, corrupted a project, rebuilt that project, and I'm now farther ahead in said project.
That's good.
That's fun. Yep.
That's good. Although now as I'm thinking about the model and how it's going to be, how the model's going to be working, I might have to redo one or two things on the model just so it can still be a rigid model and not have any bendy parts. But I don't know.
I should
let's see.
I should probably post a video then. I've also switched my gaming PC setup again.
Oh,
so we have gaming PC. God, I have such old stuff. There we go. We have gaming PC stuff from like my old work PC, and now I have to upgrade my computer. So it's like I'm coming to the point where it's like, okay, do I want to do what I did before, which is basically buy the parts over time and then just build the computer and then have like my sick gaming rig that's obsolete in about 2 weeks? Or do I just want to save the money and then eventually build my new computer? And I'm leaning towards just saving the money and hoping to God that the tariffs aren't that bad and don't affect Canadians. But it's looking like as if there are going to affect Canadians, and thus it's going to be fun.
Yeah. As for
at least,
I'm actually waiting for a parcel in the mail, and I'm getting slowly fucked by the stupid post office strike right now.
Josh, you're a communist. You can't be against workers striking.
I know, that's the thing. It's like they want at least somewhat better wage and all that junk, and I'm like, I agree,
but
man,
please stop fucking me in the ass. You're making my life inconvenient.
It's just, no, it sucks because I was looking at the transit and I'm like, oh, it's on its way at the border, and it's delayed. And I'm like, fuck, I knew that this company is gonna send it through Canada Mail. I'm like,
you could have been like me, a Chad. Some would say the best around, supporter of DHS and FedEx, private enterprise. You know.
I've heard so many horror stories with FedEx that's like, man, I don't think I would ever trust FedEx.
You could have been like me, just an absolute Chad, and support DHL. Okay,
I wish I could. If there's only one option, so I chose that.
You could have been like me and not ordered the product.
No, I actually really wanted this product, so I was like, fuck,
Josh,
yeah, I can finally get this product.
For fuck's sakes, god damn it!
I know. Your help is appreciated, but it's not actually helping.
You could have been like me, and you know what, Josh? Now I actually feel like as if we do need to hang out. We need to go to a store. We're gonna go to West Ed. I'm gonna drag you there, kicking and screaming. Are you free next Saturday?
I was gonna say, depending on like the 21st. I mean, that's pretty close to Christmas. Unless you want to say, I don't know, the 28th.
Probably the 28th.
Sure.
We're gonna do it on the 28th. Although on the 22nd we have to record a 30-minute episode that's going through our top 5 games of the year.
It's just me in the background going, Christmas time is here!
Well, the idea I had was like, so I've been using Suno to do all of our audio outros.
Oh,
so
okay.
instead of like I use like the intro that Tony made. I use the intro that Tony made.
Oh.
For the start of the show.
Cool.
And then at the end of the show we use an outro that's basically like, so like last week was like about, there was one where it was like so racist that you start dating a alien girl. You become so racist that you just start dating an alien girl because, god damn it, how dare I date a human?
Wait, how is that? I don't. Sure,
the logic doesn't add up. But I thought it was.
No, it doesn't.
I thought it was hilarious.
Because, like, if you're racist towards everything but you. Yeah. Like. So if you just jump towards an alien, it's like, I don't think that leap of logic works.
You just got to the point where you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna bang an Asari. And because human women are just fucking batshit insane. And then you're just sitting there and they're like, but what? And I'm just apparently so goddamn racist, and they're just like, I don't under that. No, you're I don't know what to say to you. It's like how when you talk to white supremacists and they're like, oh yeah, my wife, and then you're like, why is she brown? What the fuck? What's going on here? What have you done?
Dear God. Yeah, I love my wife. What's wrong with this?
I have multiple questions. Like, you're an avid white supremacist. Why are you dating? Like, why do I have to suddenly become the racist in this situation? That's not how this works. How it works is that you say the racist shit, and I'm supposed to go.
I can't have my giant purple tentacle wife.
So last week I did a song based on Luigi's descent into absolute madness, and him needing doctors and Mario becoming a doctor. That was the basis of the song. There's a song that's basically a play on the Tricky rap from SSS Tricky. That's pretty good. There was one that I used that wasn't related to. There's one about talking about fishing.
Okay.
There's another one that I did, which is basically about how the West has fallen. That one's actually pretty good. You might like that one. Hold on. Oh. Let me stream that for you, boy. There, I'll just grab it for you. And because it's Suno, it makes two, so the second one's actually really good too.
Okay.
And yeah.
What?
So play both of them.
It's hard rock. Oh, it's a ripoff of it's kind of oh god, we saw this band. I can't remember their name now.
Josh is like, well, what is this band name? I can't remember it. There is no band name, Josh. Yeah. I made it. It was me.
No. Yeah, I know you made it with AI, but it sounds like at first it was a bit like the Sabaton. I got it now.
It's not Sabaton at all.
Oh, I know. It's just at first I'm like, this feels like Sabaton. Although this sounds more like I don't know, Rise Against or something.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
I was like, I literally went to, I didn't even write the lyrics. I was like, I went to ChatGPT. I'm like, do it.
Do it. Do my work.
Do
it for me.
Joke for me. You fucks. Because this was when I was like off and had like shitloads of time. I'm bored. Do this for me, you fuck. So.
As you poke it with.
Yeah.
You poke it with a stick. Do it.
Because apparently, you know, unlike most things in the world, the game industry must get fucking constantly murdered. And then you have people like actually laughing while the game industry gets murdered. And then you have people like me who are like, fuck it, I'll just leave. Fuck it. I'm gone. Bye. I don't want to be here. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah.
Shall we sync though?
Sure.
Sync in 3, 2, 1.